good morning, and welcome back to my favorite RPG, Kingdoms of Amalur. That was a joke. I don't really remember what I was doing in the previous recording. It wasn't that long ago when I was recording, but it's already left my mind because, I obviously have a general idea, but not much in the way of specifics. But I needn't worry. I feel sure that ere long I will be able to find some kind of objective or some kind of task with which to occupy my time. I'm being a little bit cheeky, and I'm live streaming as the remastered version. But there is a reason, there's a method to my madness. It is that I don't think that the remastered version is going to look drastically different from what you're seeing here, so I don't think I would be insulting anyone. Like insulting the intelligence of people who intend to watch the remastered version, but instead end up having to watch the yucky, really old and crusty original version. I really genuinely don't think it's going to look that different. I could be wrong. I haven't even looked, and I don't really care one way or another. I don't suspect that I will ever find the time to play the remastered version. I started this live stream series before the remastered version came out, and, I'm not even that sure if I enjoy this version, okay? So, or that is to say, I don't know if I even enjoy the game enough to want to try the remastered version. Can't even get my chat up. You bastards. Let me pause. That was just unnecessary. The reality is that I haven't even set up the live stream yet. Not fully. Still need to... literally, that came as such a shock that my beer spilt slightly. My beer was shocked. That's what happened. Let me get my chat up, and then we are good to actually go and fight these enemies. Alright. Very good. What? Honestly, the Twitch does this really strange thing where... And it turns out that this is both on the desktop and on the app. If you leave the app open... And also if you leave the dashboard open on Twitch, when you cease being live, it just doesn't update. For some reason it just keeps running. It keeps running the timer. At the moment I'm at what is that? Hold on. It's 47 hours, 29 minutes. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely how long I've been streaming for. How frightening would that be? If 2 minutes of your life was actually in real time, 47 hours, that would make a good novel. Or perhaps it wouldn't, maybe that's too implausible. I'm trying to completely close Twitch, thank you. Don't know why you have to make it that confusing. Alright. My channel, live stream, thank you. I've been delayed unnecessarily by Twitch not working correctly. Now we're good to go. I've noticed that I'm now a wayfarer. I don't believe I was a wayfarer before, and to be completely honest with you, I don't know what that means. One thing that I probably should do is look at my moves and then just see what attacks I have available to me. Because otherwise I'm just going to be clicking my mouse, and that's it. Now I have little doubt that most of it's going to be clicking the mouse without much method applied to it. I think that's this game in a nutshell. But I want to be proved wrong, so I'm going to have a look and see what moves I have available. Because, needless to say, if I'm not aware of other moves being available, I'm probably not going to use them. So we're currently using a longsword, so what have we got? We've got upheaval, which is attack, stop attacking briefly, and then attack again, which is pretty involved. And then we've got holding the attack button. Alright. It's really interesting that they're actually rewarding slower combat, rather than just spamming your attack button. Probably not a bad thing, actually. That's your delayed strike. That's kind of cool. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's interesting. Alright. And I would say that that was fairly effective as well. Do I have Is there healing magic in the game? I haven't encountered it if there is such a thing. But let me just see what I'm doing. I suspect that I'm just using items to heal myself at this point. Consumables. Why does it have that hand icon? It reminds me of a mod that I have in Skyrim where it puts a little pink hand on all of the items that I have in my inventory that I stole. But I don't suspect that that's what it means. Has it been automatically equipped to some bar that I can quick use things with? I don't know. I've only got one minor healing potion. This is not looking good. I need to find another way to heal myself, whether it be through magic or through resting, I'm not sure. I'm sure that there are other ways to heal, but yeah. I have 5,296 gold. I think inevitably I'm going to have to use some of that to acquire more healing wares. So rather than continuing on my adventure with alacrity and urgency, I probably should look for a place to buy more potions, because it's not looking very good. I've literally got 2 potions left right now, and I've got half of my health running at the moment. So I think I can do better than that. I'm just going to adjust things a bit. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You should never lean towards a microphone, particularly when you've got a boom stand. Never lean towards a microphone, because you will do that out of habit. It'll become a habit and your posture will become shit over time. What you do is you adjust the microphone to a comfortable... Thanks for that, Doomlink. You adjust it to a comfortable sitting position, which is what I'm doing now. Alright. So just over this way I can see that there is a building, so... Oh, I believe I spoke to you before, didn't I? I think this might be a smith of some kind. There was a random quest that I was doing that was related to this. But I don't think you sell anything. Maybe I'll speak to you again, just to make sure. He's not a smith, but he seems to be chopping something up. Something about your lovely bride. Oh yeah, that's right. You're the guy who got a short glance at a nymph and have decided that she is to be your wife. I do remember that very well. Perhaps I can steal some of your potions? Maybe you've got a supply of them? Don't know why I thought he was a blacksmith of some kind. Just a vague memory that I had that evidently was incorrect. Here we go, there's a chest. Loot chest. I've got a 0% chance of stealing any of these things, and it turns out that this hand is exactly what I thought it was, courtesy of my Skyrim mod that I was talking about. So apparently I stole one of... Why would I steal that? That's a weird thing. I normally wouldn't even waste my time with such a potion, but that's fine. That's what I decided to do, evidently. That's a nice painting. Looks a little bit like what you would see in a Warcraft art book, but that's fine. It's a painting in this world. Alright, well there's not much for me here, so maybe I'm going to have to look for an actual vendor of some kind. Someone playing this goated game. If you're looking for enthusiasm from me about this game, you're not going to get it. I'm playing it, but I'm not, like, absolutely losing my mind over it. You seem to be very attached to it. I'm not. I got this game when it came out and played it for a short time, but didn't continue playing it because I found it to be crushingly underwhelming. But I'm coming back to it now, not to make fun of it, but just to experience it, see what it's like. It's okay. I'm not that excited. Oh god, lockpicking. I can force it with a 13% chance. Well, it's better than Oblivion anyway. Oblivion doesn't give you a chance for it. They just say auto lockpick, and then you half the time it'll just fail every single time. Anyway, it's not that hard to lockpick in that game, so you wouldn't do it automatically. How does it work in this game? Oh, it's like Skyrim. Okay. Oh, almost got it. The problem with this, and I suspect that it's sort of like the issue with Skyrim as well. On the PC version of Skyrim, you can't really control the force with which you pick the lock, if that makes sense. So it's either on or off when you're pressing the key, whereas when it's done with an analog stick on a controller, you've obviously got different intensities of movement, but can't really control that here. So that looks good. Okay. That wasn't crushingly difficult. I've got a regen potion, something that I was in need of. Crude leather boots. I'll just check to see if this is any good. I'll need to refamiliarize myself with what I have equipped. I really don't remember. Iron Feyblade. Let's just take all of this and just assess it. Keep pressing the wrong buttons here. I don't dislike having stars next to things that are new. Really speeds it up. It's not a bad thing at all. Crude leather boots. Ooh, no. Don't think I'll be using that. It aligns with what I've got here in terms of its skill, but it's just not as good, so... And I think the word crude on its own probably indicates that it's not among the best things that you can possibly get. Alright, so... Obviously I've got this stuff from the DLC, all this purple named business. This is actually better than the wind. But I don't really know how Feyblades work, you know, what is that attached to when it comes to my skills? What sort of effectiveness can I expect with a build like this, which is honestly up in the air. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this build and the reason why. Just to recap, for those who are unaware, I was starting off making a magic build just for my enjoyment, but then I realized that it's probably a bad idea to make an easy game even easier by using the most powerful build that you can make, so... I started off upgrading in a magic-oriented way, and then changed my mind, so I'm definitely not running an optimized build right now. If anything, it's a dog's dinner. We can just call it that. It is a dog's dinner build. And... yeah, so let me try to figure that out, actually. It's not inability. It is inabilities. So, Feyblades is probably in finesse, it is. Okay. Or rather, daggers. That falls under... The Feyblades fall under the category of daggers, and I can assume that based on the icon here. So I don't actually have any... Unsurprisingly, I don't have any upgrades in daggers, because I didn't really intend to use them. I don't know how I feel about them. One can assume that they attack pretty quickly, but deal less damage than something like a longsword. I have been upgrading this longbow, because that's what I've actually been using. That's the difficult thing. Do you widen the scope of what your character can use, or do you focus it in on something and become really good at that? The latter, as opposed to the former, is how I prefer to approach RPGs. Having a sort of specialization. RPGs where you end up being able to do everything really well, I find to be quite boring. Not initially. Initially it's fine, but once you've got a character that's just getting to the point where all you can do is just keep expanding into all these areas that are beyond the scope of what your character could originally do, it just feels like what am I doing? Like, I don't need to make multiple characters, I can just make this one character do everything. I don't like it. I like having an incentive to make a new character, if that makes sense. So, I don't really know how this game approaches it. I'm guessing it's pretty streamlined in that regard. Not very much like a traditional RPG where you have to choose your specialization. But anyway, I don't have any points with which to upgrade things like dagger proficiency. So I will keep that for another time. What is my proficiency in Longblade? Longsword, whatever you want to call it. It's at 3. And for some reason I've got 2 in Hammer. Got no idea why. Oh no, I don't. This is brutal weaponry. I see, so they've gone and confused me by using the same icon here. It's really not the same. It has a blanket effect for longsword, greatsword, and hammer. Okay, I've got greatsword mastery attached to longsword. Anyway, let's not get too lost in the details there, because I'm sure I've checked that before, and between now and when I last checked, I've already forgotten those details, so... Oh my god, I'm actually really shocked by the fact that these wolves seem to perfectly... Oh, this is not working out for me at all. Oh, R to heal, there you go. Is this the first time I'm seeing this? You don't even need to go and select your healing potion. I suspect that it just chooses the weakest healing potion that you have and then just gives you an R prompt to consume it. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. Oh, come on. Don't flee from me now. I see, they reset to their original position. Obviously I went too far away from them. Doesn't make sense that they reset after such a short distance because they're wolves. They should be covering a lot of ground very quickly, therefore requiring me to flee across long distances, but I guess they're just being lenient. Maybe if you are severely underleveled, they're trying to offer some latitude to the player, such that they don't lose interest in the game and feel like they're having too much of a difficult time, and whatever else. I make the point again, I need to find somewhere to buy potions. Randomly happening upon potions throughout the world is just not going to cut it when I have almost none. I'm back to 2. Just to make it very clear. Do I proceed hoping that there's actually going to be a village of some kind? Or do I try to go back? Oh, that's right, I have to double click. That feels so bad, having to double click to do things. Ugh. I don't really trust it. I think there was a place that I had visited not long ago. A small village. It must be Holmstead. No, that's where I just was, excuse me. I was there not long ago. I'm getting a feeling that going in this direction is probably not what I want to do, if I'm wanting to find a village without engaging lots of enemies in combat. So I'm going to go this way. Remember this guy? I'd prefer not to. He seems to be related to one of my quests, and I think it's a main quest. Not very interested. Yeah, I've definitely been through here before, so I should be familiar with it, but I'm not really. Yeah, here we go. No? Gossamer End? I've got a Gossamer Fin tolerance for this not being a village. New location discovered. Canna Rock. Okay, so I had been... This is interesting. So in a previous save, evidently, I reached this. And remembered reaching it, but I hadn't done it in this instance. Oh god, these things. I seem to remember these guys being pretty strong. Or are they behind me? They're up ahead. I might whip out my bow. Sorry, I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. Okay. Just wasn't sure how much I could charge that. I seem to have a memory of these guys being quite strong, so I'm not going to mess around with them too much. This guy's doing an interesting pose, or he was doing an interesting pose. You've got blue hair. Well, you don't need to be frightened of me, mate. Oh, never mind. It's not me that he's frightened of. As satisfying as that was, I felt validated for a moment. Okay, he's now being poisoned and aggressed by this venom spitter, as it's called. It's a spider of some description. Okay, so again, I need to remember that I don't have to worry about arrow consumables in this game. Literally, you have infinite arrows, but you can only shoot a certain number of them at any given time.
I could... Canarok could use someone of your particular skill.
Do you have a big golden piercing somewhere on your face like every other character in this game?
We sit on the border to Webwood.
No, he doesn't. What a square, honestly.
And an ancient Summerfay aura to guard us. But of late, what defenses we have are failing. These monstrous spiders strike at us from all sides. They've even gotten as far as Yolvan.
Yolvan! Oh my god, Yolvan? Oh, he's got a face tattoo, so... He's made up for it, he's made up for it. I'll find him for you. There's no reason to not take on a quest in this game. You don't have to do it. You just take it on, it gets added to your list, and then you can choose not to do it if you so please. What happened to Canarok? Goodbye. Oh, what, I have to keep talking to you? Okay, sorry, what happened to Canarok?
Do you have news of Barton? Have you found him?
Barten means bartender in Japanese, by the way. Alright.
The spiders. We've had an uneasy existence on the edge of Webwood. But never have we had to fear for our lives, sir. And our greatest warrior, Barton, is lost somewhere within it. We need you to find him.
Oh, very well. I guess maybe... Alright, so I guess the reason why that arrow is pointing at him is because he's related to the quest, or rather he's the quest giver. He is of significance in relation to the quest that I'm currently joined up on. I say joined up on as if it's Monster Hunter. Anyway, ignore me and my use of words. Can I just comment on how ugly it is? Because I'm using one of my mouse buttons, right, to interact with things. So next to the silken seat there on the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see it's like AMED _icon _mouse _button _4 hash. What the fuck is that? Talk about pulling you out of the moment. I don't know what that's about. Probably just weird PC port related things. I'm sure there's a nicer way to do that. You know, it would literally just say mouse 4. It would say mouse 4 in any other respectable PC port, but not this one. Fill in the blanks on your own as to how I feel about that, but abandoned house, that's obviously not where I'm going to get potions, or maybe I will. Maybe there's something for me to loot in here. If it's an abandoned house, I'm sure... Excuse me? This is abandoned. This is an abandoned house. I don't suspect that that's true. Someone is definitely squatting in here. What Zelda game is this? At this point, it looks like a Zelda game. Zelda actually looks like this now, shockingly. Stranger? Well, quite frankly, you're shacking up in an abandoned house.
At the wrong time, like me. No offense, but I've not much interest in talking or listening. Doesn't pay to get too comfortable with people in this town right now.
I don't think you're a trustworthy person anyway.
Glad that's done.
Well, at least I now have an explanation for why this place doesn't look in any way abandoned. It's because there is a resident. But I suspect it's not his place. There's another painting from some random art book for an RPG. Yeah, good for you, mate. Vorna House. Is there a cellar of some kind? This looks a bit more promising. Let's go to the Silken Seat. It looks like some kind of inn/smithy. I don't know if you can have an inn/smithy. It would make for a very hot inn. Maybe a good place in the world to have a smithy mixed with an inn would be Siberia. But we're not in Siberia, so perhaps... Look at the... Could you imagine? Could you imagine just for a moment sitting in this room with a fucking smithy here? Do you know how much heat this would generate? That looks like molten lava in there. And this guy, or this girl rather, does not look that perturbed by it. In fact, she looks a bit repelled by my presence. That's fine.
You frightened me.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Obsidian. Apparently they're coming out with an RPG that's a Skyrim clone, as Potato describes it. to be honest with you, I'm not excited for something that's called a Skyrim clone. I'm more interested in what ZeniMax Media come out with for the next Elder Scrolls game. What are you praying about? You've chosen I find that to be a strange place to pray. It's like you're trying to make it very clear to everyone in the room that you're praying, rather than having it be a personal thing that you do off to the side.
My home in weeks, and I fear something horrible has happened there.
What happened at your home?
I don't know. I came to Canarok some days before the first attacks. I was stuck here. Our farmhand, Cartery Jake, stumbled into Canarok a few days later. He was tight-lipped about my parents at first. Then he said the spiders got them. Now he avoids me.
More spider-related exposition.
Something happened at the farm, but I can't bring myself to find out what.
After Starfield, I don't think Bethesda can make a good RPG. That game is one of the most bland, uninteresting, and lame RPGs I've ever played. What it goes to show is that they either went in a particular direction that had no resonance with people who play video games, or they did actually completely lose their minds and forgot how to make a good RPG. It's going to be one of the two. It was either a stylistic direction or complete stupidity and incompetence. One way or the other, I think the feedback from Starfield has been clear enough. It might be... Do you know what? I would much rather have Starfield completely shit the bed than have Elder Scrolls 6 completely shit the bed, if that makes sense. They've done a trial run, they've had their feedback, so now they can apply what they've learned from the very clear feedback from the community to the new Elder Scrolls game that they're making. They will not repeat their mistakes, because, how much has their bottom line been affected by Starfield's poor performance? I would guess not very much. I think, based on how many people actually played that game, they probably turned a profit, but they're not going to do the same thing again with Elder Scrolls. They have learnt their lesson. That's what I think. And as I say, I would much prefer that they learn their lesson with Starfield. Oh, apparently they've been arguing with the players on Twitter over Starfield. We don't know whether or not they've learned anything, Potato, until the game comes out. Until the next Elder Scrolls comes out. We will not know. I can imagine the game developers holding steadfast, but it doesn't mean... It's probably going to be a different team working on Elder Scrolls 6, because it's currently in production. So, different team, possibly a different vision. They may be looking on from the sidelines and absorbing information. I don't know.
Thank you.
We'll see how it plays out.
Whatever I have, just bring me news of my mother and father.
I would be surprised if they didn't learn their lesson, because there is an incentive to learn the lesson. It's not just a matter of taste. There is an incentive to understand where they went wrong with the people who play their games. At the end of the day, there's no point making a video game if you don't have people who want to play it. And they're going to understand that, and I understand they may have a stylistic vision. But at a certain point, when you're intending to be successful, you have to compromise on the vision a little bit.
At Toff Farm, I need you to find out what happened there. I lost contact with my family when the spider attacks stranded me here. Our farmhand, Cartery Jake...
Is this woman still talking?
After the attacks began.
I know I encouraged her to continue, but my god.
Fear the worst. Farewell.
Maybe I should try to be more involved in the story of this game. Fat chance of that. There's no one tending to the bar. Honestly, they're making this this theft very alluring. They've literally got sparkles coming off this chest. But to take anything from the chest would be to commit a crime. So they're like, ooh, criminality. You'd like to become a criminal, wouldn't you? That's the game talking to me in that way. Talk to Billis Ida.
There's a lot I need to do, stranger.
You've got a shocking septum piercing. That's unseemly. You wouldn't even go out in public here in the year of 2024 with that shit going on, mate.
Stay alert.
Stay alert? Oh, I'm alert after seeing that. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to sleep for the next 3 weeks. Another alluring opportunity to commit theft. What the fuck is that piercing? How does he sniff? How does he blow his nose? I suppose he doesn't blow his nose. Yeah, well, he must breathe with his mouth, I don't know. Well, I guess the point that you're making is that the thickness of the septum piercing is such that it actually covers the nostrils. Well, that's a very hidden chest. Guess I'm not allowed to go in there, am I? What if I draw my weapon? Am I going to be sent away if I destroy this? Yeah, but it's one thing to pick the lock, but it's another thing for me to be able to steal this without being spotted. I really did think that in coming here, I would be able to engage a person in their services, but no, there's no such opportunity. There is no opportunity. I mean, well, this lady has finished her praying and is now sleeping. And this guy has no services to provide. So this is just a useless building, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, maybe I can use the forge. Here we go. Forges will allow you to craft your own weapons and armor using the blacksmithing skill. I have to hit enter to continue. God forbid I use my left mouse button. Craft your own weapons and armor. Here we go. I'm not going through this right now. As for what salvage means, maybe you can reuse weapons that are not wanted. Vorna House? Who knows? Maybe someone will sell me potions here. I just want to buy potions. That's just to be very clear and transparent. I want potions. I want to buy them, and I don't want any bullshit from people. But it seems that every person I speak to has a life story that they want to share with me.
From the outside finally made it through. I thought we'd be, well, I never thought I'd see a new face again. But it's good you're here. I'm Silhouette of Vorna, the village mediciner, and I need your help. Normally I keep a stock of antivenom at hand.
Here we go.
Farmers get bitten, but with the recent attacks, my stores have been emptied. There's not much to the potion, but because we've been in Webwood for so long, we are more sensitive to the spider poison than most. So there is an ingredient I still need. The poison.
These people are just obsessed with spiders. They can't stop talking about spiders. Fucking arachnophobes. I've never heard that term. Has anyone said arachnophobe before? In human history? Well, I've said it now. Still nothing. I'm becoming desperate. I may have to just steal from this village. I'm just going to completely ransack the village. Ugh. Alchemy. Whoa, what's going on? Loot bookshelf. Is this related to a quest? Because it's got the big golden arrow there. That means it's related to a quest, surely. Okay, what's happening here? Grim Harvest, old friends, new foes. Well, that's certainly not related to this. A tangled web. So this was that blue-skinned female from the previous building we went to. Oh, it just makes me sick that I have to double-click to do that. I'm sorry, but if I'm pointing and clicking my mouse, this is like very targeted and very specific, very accurate. I should not need to double-click. See, if I just click once, you can see me clicking. No, it's not good enough. I have to double-click, as if there's going to be some serious consequence for me clicking the wrong thing. That's where double-clicking should exist, where if you make a selection, you can't go back. Oh, that's it. So they make you double-click to make sure that this is what you want to select. I'm just in the quest selection screen. If I click the wrong thing, I just move down to the next one. The problem is solved within less than a second of time having passed. But no, I have to double-click. It's uncomfortable. Sorry, I don't care if it sounds as if I'm complaining about things that quite frankly don't need to be complained about. You play the damn game and you tell me if that's comfortable. It's not. It's not comfortable at all. And I've had enough. This is from the 2010s, Potato, not the 2000s. I'll have you know that if this came out in the mid-2000s, for example, people would have creamed themselves. Anyway. So we've been to the abandoned house. I believe we've been to this place. What about this? That's the place where everyone is sweating profusely because there is an actual blacksmith's forge in the room. I think there's also fire safety related issues with that, but anyway. Oh, that's locked. So, my personal quest of looking for potions has been thwarted. You really would have thought that there would have been someone to sell me shit in this little area, but no. The reality is, no. I don't mind helping these people out with their arachnid-related issues, but I would like to get some potions before I do that. Honestly. Where am I even headed? I'm just heading in some random direction at this point. Alright, let's do the spider quest. If we're just running in random directions at this point, I may as well do the spider quest. Alright, I think I may have already selected the quest, but let me just make doubly sure that I have selected it. We want a tangled web. I've come across a village in Dalentarth called Canarok, which was under attack by spiders. After the spiders were defeated, the town's leader, Gerana Velt, asked me to find their militia captain. His name is Barton. That's right, the bartender. And he went into Webwood. Webwood. To end Canarok's constant spider attacks. I must meet with Gerana south of the town to learn more. Okay. Well, we've got our golden ring. Sonic the Hedgehog away. To collect the golden ring. Oh, is this No, this is Canarok, isn't it? I'm not going insane. I have just happened upon the same place where I was before. Sorry, it's just that every village seems to look roughly the same in this game.
Hello. Speak with me a moment while we're away from prying ears.
If I'm already standing within conversational distance of you, you don't need to do this. It's unnecessary and bordering upon rude.
Let me put it this way. It is for the best that he is dead. Do you understand?
I'm listening. Imagine being so disagreeable at this point that you're like, I'm not interested. It's like, fuck, you've agreed to do the quest, just do it. Why do they even give you the option to not listen?
Unlike Barton, I have some sense of what leadership really requires.
Here we go. Why should I kill Barton?
I merely asked you to find Barton within Webwood. Or what's left of him. Now, are we finished? Canarok has need of me. I'm a very important man, you know.
I can tell.
Good hunting.
Alright, so what are we doing? If we find Barton alive, are we allowed to bring him back alive, or do we have to kill the guy? I suppose it will become apparent once we meet him. We'll have a conversation, and maybe there'll be an option to be like, you're not leaving here alive, or something along those lines. Let's continue down here. I feel like there has been a lot of story-related stuff and not a whole lot of me killing enemies. The more of that I can do, the better. Oh, here we go. A brownie. Okay. Sounds vaguely edible. But when I look at them, nah, not really. Can always give it a try. I'm not really interested in starves. Numbing longsword sounds like something related to paralysis. Cloudy Ice Shard. Silk Farmer Journal. Well, I'm not reading that shit. I've done enough reading. So, numbing longsword versus scalding longsword. So, obviously, oh no, numbing in that it freezes you. That's fine. But you can see it's not very good. I might just keep it so that I can sell it later on. But I haven't even found a vendor yet, so I haven't even been able to sell things. I would like to buy and sell, to be honest with you. That has turned out to be a tall order. A totally unreasonable expectation. Alright, continuing on. What am I doing? I'm pressing all of the wrong buttons is what I'm doing. Here we go. Looks like we've found where we are headed. Spiders. Was that it? Okay. You've just got one spider guarding the place. Or maybe he was thrown out. Maybe he's been excluded from everyone else due to bad behavior. Oh yeah, it's garbage collection day. I can hear a garbage truck outside. I don't suspect that it'll interrupt the recording, but it's distracting me. Where should I go first? Cripple spore? Jeez. Don't refer to the cripples. That's not politically correct, although this did come out in 2013. What do you reckon it's called now? Is it called differently abled spore? Venom Spitter. He's dead. Ow. Turns out I don't really need the bow. You could see that I was taking a cautious approach last time. Not opposed to using my bow, but I find that in games where I have ranged combat as an option, it's usually against enemies that I don't want to be hit by at all. Well, I'm not really interested in all that stuff. Poison gland. Things like regents and just random little bits and pieces, I'm not going to take them unless I need them for a very specific purpose. I'm not going to fill my inventory with random shit. I'm going to fill my inventory with things that can either be sold or used. Alright, dealing with this many of you, I'm going to bow it. Oh god. Turns out you have ranged capabilities as well. Feels a little unnatural to be using a bow where I neither have to aim it, nor worry about consumables. Oh, here we go. My arrows are back. There we go. I just randomly found some arrows. Just had to dig around in my pockets a bit. This is kind of the biggest insult to a bow that's ever existed in an RPG. All of the complexities of a bow simply do not exist. You're basically not even using it. The game's using it for you. And also just giving you arrows for free. Obviously, my health is not looking very good. I'm just going to wait until my R prompt turns up. Where's my R prompt? There it is! It's not even letting me use it. Okay. Maybe I had something equipped to a hotkey or something, I'm not sure. Yeah, thank you. Health regeneration boosted. Oh, I see. It's recovering my health as we speak. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I suspect that you can regenerate health naturally. It's just it's improved your ability to regenerate it so much that it works almost like a healing potion. There we go. Got my arrows back. I don't think I'm going to collect from you spiders at all. I don't think it's worth it. Jump down with action button. Well, I've got a flame sword, so take that. Loot skeleton. Here we go. I suspected it will be worth taking these, if not for... I keep hitting tab. Okay, even if they're not useful to me, I should be able to sell them. Lightning resistance and poison resistance is the only difference between them. So a talisman, I think, is not an actual shield. It falls under the shield category. Well, that's something I haven't been doing. I haven't been using my shield at all. Oh, what the hell is that? What was that? Oh, that's, my magic. Okay. That's exciting. Anyway, my magic that I haven't been using at all. How do I bring my shield up? I'm gonna have to check my controls now. Block left alt. Okay. Left alt. No, that's natural. I haven't been using it. That's fine. Maybe a talisman is a form of shield. I was thinking it was maybe a passive. Yeah, take that, motherfucker. Okay, that was just unnecessary and unhelpful. Seems that they're vulnerable to fire. I wasn't really expecting that. I would have thought that a spider... Pressing wrong buttons again. I'm trying to actually make use of my shield, but I'm doing it so clumsily that it's causing me to take hits. Oh, sorry, they're vulnerable, not invulnerable. Apparently I don't know what vulnerable means. So yes, they are weak to fire. As I said before, there's no point gathering from them because it's just... all I'm going to get from it is random shit. Nothing of actual interest. Now, if there is a rare chance for them to actually give you something of interest, I'm not going to actually see for myself, but I can live with that at this point. Go. Doing some different attacks, eh? What was that? Oh, it just flinches them. That attack doesn't actually deal damage. Interesting. I believe when I got that spell, I was under the misapprehension that it dealt damage. Maybe giant spiders give me good things. Jeweled bracelet. Okay. Possibly good for selling, but I am, however, at my max number of items in my inventory. Not a great thing. Alright, maybe we'll help out this guy. Alright. Are you the man? It's Barton.
An army. By the widow's mercy, who sent you? Have you word from Canarok?
Yes.
I'm the only one left. My men and I were ambushed when we entered the cave.
Can you really call it an ambush if you've gone into a cave filled with spiders?
Spiders are
Like, you should have known what you were getting into.
simple ones, but enough to overwhelm us. I think someone is leading them. It's all over this cave. Footprints, torn webs, but no body. Could be the bloody widow for all I know, but Canarok needs to be told.
Who is this widow you keep referring to? Actually, I'm going to kill you. No, I'll tell you.
Damn. This whole suicide mission was his idea. Now he tries to have me killed. I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
tell Canarok what has happened here and deal with Garena. I have to hurry. Speak with me after we reach Canarok. Speak with me, please.
I guess this is as far as we go. I can see that there's a wall here. Can I have a reward for my efforts? I mean, I suspect I'll get a reward of some kind when I complete the quest, but seriously. I didn't loot much of anything. I got a jeweled bracelet, and that was about it. A gem-studded bracelet of considerable value. Yeah, well, I suppose we'll have to wait and find out to see what that value is going to be. What? What on earth was I getting stuck on there? That was very odd. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm going further in or... Oh, I see. I might just make my way up through here and then get to the entrance. Or in this case, the exit. Oh no, I have actually covered this ground before. Okay. I find this cave to be so... Oh, God. Okay, how do I continue? Obviously not by going this way, because I can't jump back up, I don't think. Unless it gives me a prompt to do so. No, it doesn't. Okay. I have to go the other way. And that may be for the better, because I suspect that that's a direction I haven't been in. Let's make sure I'm going the right way. Okay, it looks like we're going up through here. I don't know what this side quest will yield in terms of a reward, but... we can always cross our fingers. Maybe I'll get a big spider ornament or something. Or a thumbs up. Hey, you did well. I just want potions. Oh, there he is. He's extremely slow. Almost can't believe that he managed to... that we managed to catch up with him. Alright, back to Canarok. Oh, looks like there's a trapped chest, though. Dispel chest, here we go. I'm not very good at this. Oh, yeah, that was bad. Managed to do it, only because I think it's an easy difficulty. Stealing daggers? Yeah, we'll take... Oh, that's right, I can't take it. Well, hold on. I'm sure I can find something that I can drop. Let's get rid of those boots that we got before. How do I drop again? Add to junk? You really gonna maybe go to junk? Destroy all. Yes. I'd happily drop it on the ground. I feel like that would be easier. They give you some venom guard here. Well, I didn't really feel like I needed it. I did see that I was being poisoned, but... Anyway, ooh. Another skeleton with an actual... Oh, I see, resting the bones. It's related to a quest. I thought the fucking skeleton was going to give me a quest. That had already happened in the past, but it turns out that was related to the very quest I was remembering. I don't know how we just rested the bones. Do you know how we rested the bones? I've got no fucking idea. That's a mystery to me. We just did mouse 4 on it. That's all we did. I don't know if I'm going the right way, or perhaps we could phrase it as, I don't know if I'm going the best way to get to Canarok. I am. I'm already here. There you go. I just had my question answered, basically, before I could finish posing the question. Okay. Give me potions, please.
Hello. Your party.
Have you dealt with that guy? Oh, I got the key to Gossamer End.
To Gossamer End, a house in the village. Billis Ade, the town blacksmith, will make repairs if you need them. For his treachery, I have banished Gariner from this town. The widow take him. Enjoy your
Who's the widow?
but do so quickly.
I need an explanation.
The widow is out there. We must send someone to Castle Yorvin to find out why.
I'm assuming it's a spider.
Information. Castle Yorvin was a Fey bastion long ago. They used some form of the magic to pacify Webwood. Perhaps they can tell us how to calm Webwood.
You don't need to calm Webwood, and I'll tell you why. They're all dead. And if there are eggs, you just go and destroy the eggs. I mean, it really is simple. It's not some magical like, warping point that creates the spiders. I've seen no evidence of that for myself. Okay, let's just see what's in that building. Apparently my reward for this quest is to get a key to that building that I couldn't get into before, which I think is this one. Unlock Gossamer End. There you go. What's going on in here? Mirror, mirror. Customize appearance? Okay, fair enough. There is a chest in here, which is good. Use stash. Okay, well, this is where I have an opportunity to store things. Very important, actually. I feel like I want to sell all of this stuff. Take. So, how much can I store in here? Oh, it's out of 155. Okay. I've got a lot of random things in here. I'm pretty tempted to just drop all of this stuff because we're not dealing with a weight-based system. We're dealing with a number of things in your inventory. So I'm certainly not going to waste space here. Don't bloody read it. Add to junk. Spider memo. I don't think any of that is important to a quest. This, however, might be. So, you know, if we see something that looks like it's important, we won't get rid of it. Junk. Destroy all. Yes. Just like that. We have gained back another 6 slots. I don't really know if I want to put any of this stuff away. I feel like what I would need to do is establish whether I need it or not, and if I don't, I sell it. If I do need it, I'll keep it. But I don't have anywhere to sell things right now. I don't know what it is about this place. Maybe now that I've completed that quest, the fucking inn with the blacksmith will be more useful than it was before. Let's find out. Because we did essentially have that guy direct us to the inn, but no, it looks the same as before, so let's not even bother. They're also still asleep. Very good. Okay, I think we're on another quest now, like a continuation quest. Oh, apparently I need to go this way for this quest, is that right? Gossamer End. I've been given a key to... Yes, perhaps I should visit it and look around. Alternatively, I could first talk to Billis Ida. Okay, this is a quest, apparently. I actually have to talk to this guy. There he is.
I had a hard enough time just trying to keep Mother's Inn in decent repair without a bunch of 8-legged monsters gnawing their way through.
Oh, don't worry, I've killed them now.
Let's make this quick.
I think.
Or better yet, leave me to the task at hand.
Jesus.
I'd be happy to fix up old Gossamer End for you. That place could use some expansion. I can put in a dining area for some gold. What do you say?
What is a dining area going to do for me? Is that going to allow me to eat there? And recover health? I've got no idea. A dining area? It's only 318 gold. I've got 5,000 and something, so let's just do it.
Let me know if you want any further expansion.
Okay. How's upgrade?
It sure would be useful to have
No, I don't want an alchemy workbench, sir. No, no. Skip.
some gold.
I'm not
Let me know
interested.
if you are. Stay alert.
Alright, so we've upgraded Gossamer End a little bit. Let's see what having a dining table actually does for us. It must be something we can engage with. It must have a function. I can't imagine it's just an aesthetic. I have to unlock it every time. Here we go, a dining table. What happens here? Literally, that was just an... Okay. I didn't think that there was an eating thing in this game, and I've now had that confirmed to me. The only purpose that it serves is to just be there and sit there and do nothing. Okay, I just wasted 300 gold. So, I would really like some potions. I said this before, and I'll say it again. As repetitive as it may be. Alright, I'll be back in a moment, just gonna visit the bathroom. There's a guy with a hedge cutter now. Oh, that is actually quite audible. Very good. Good time to go to the bathroom. I'm back. Yeah, sounds much better now. Sometimes it only lasts for that long. I think he just happened to be quite close by, so that should be it for the background noise. Okay, so really my objective has not changed in all this time, particularly because I haven't acquired any potions in the field except for that one, I think it was. Just one that I picked up at some point. So we're still... Okay, so here's the thing with Dalentarth. I think we may want to... I think these are all exit points into different areas of the world. Let's look at the world map. That's what we want. Jeez, this is... Whoa! Didn't really know the game was this big. Well, how many places have we visited? That would be an indication. I don't think I've ever looked at the world map. Bloody hell. Alabastra. Very good. Okay, well, we've got lots of places to visit in this game. I feel like there's a lot to do. If there's one thing that I can commend this game for, it's the richness of detail. It feels like there's a lot of content and also a lot of written content, you know, lots of things to read through. I think they've really tried their best to make an immersive game, and I can respect that. I'm going to fast travel to the House of Ballad, because there's alchemy, training, fate weaver, healing. Well, maybe... No, we don't want to go there. Gorhart. Shop, there's a shop in Gorhart. Let's go to Gorhart. Silly me, I'm playing a rather streamlined RPG. Of course there's fast traveling. Alright, we've been here before. We've been here before. So, I'm going to be selling and also buying. Hello, lady. You've got some serious shoulder pads there. Let's look at the shop. Not really interested in this equipment, but I would like some potions, if you've got them. You've got mana regen potions, and that's about it by the looks of it. Is this person just selling a key? Someone's just ended up with a person's residential key, and they're just selling it at the tavern. That's pretty extreme, isn't it? Imagine getting pickpocketed and then finding that your house key is being sold by the local pub. That's really... that would be... really horrendous. Try the corner shop. Well, I went there and she didn't have bullshit. She didn't have diddly squat. I'm looking for potions here, people. What do you have? Why are you looking at me? Why am I looking at myself when engaging you in your services? What's that about? Okay, you just repair things, which may be useful, but right now I'm so singularly focused on getting potions that I really don't care what else you provide. So where's the healings? There's apparently healing going on in here. Maybe you sell potions. Whoever does the healing. Yeah, I might be a bandit for all you know. Aren't you cool? What's going on with you? Oh, you got one of those hairstyles. Ostodu Ordura? Yes, I wouldn't want to leave you unsatisfied, random guy that I have presumably talked with before but have no memory of doing so. Who is the person who heals? Because they may also sell potions if they can just heal me. Is it you? You look like someone who would heal.
It is good to see Gorhart overcome the fear that it harbored for so long. As far as I am concerned, all Fae are welcome here.
You do heal people. So I can be healed for... really? For basically the same cost. Or around the same cost as getting a dining table in that random house that quite frankly I don't care about. I can heal myself. I don't really... Okay. It will also increase your max health by 10% for a duration, which is, you know, nice. It's sort of a way of saying, hey, we understand that you're actually spending money to heal yourself, so here, have a little extra benefit for a short time. I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that. You know what I might do? Let's go downstairs and sell a few things, because I think I've got a lot in my inventory, and I really don't think I need to be occupying 70 slots. I really don't need to be. So let's sell and see what's going on. So Shine and Shadow, am I going to be using that? Like, what even is it? Compare. Shine and Shadow, it is a... looks pretty good. It's better than what I have equipped. Why am I not using this? It's faster, it's... hold on. Oh, I see. They are daggers. That's what's going on. Sorry, let's go back. We've got the hedge trimmer coming back. So how about I just sell all of this stuff? I think that I may as well. I think by the time I get to the point where I'm able to get decent proficiency in these different weapons, I'm probably going to have access to weapons that are better than these anyway. So let's just sell them. I really don't give a shit. Because I've already got to the point where I'm not using the Hunter, which was the bow that I've been given. Shine and Shadow, on the other hand, I think might be something that I picked up in the world, because you can see that the amount of gold that I get from it is considerably more. I've got a lot of money now, I've got 12,000. We've got hammers, we've got different bows. Does it tell me what I have equipped, or does it not include what I have equipped here? Because I'll see what bow I have equipped, and then any other bows. Like, I'm going to be quite ruthless. There's no reason for me to have multiple options for the same weapon type. Not in a game like this. Longbow of Bloodletting. So how does this compare to... yeah, we're definitely going to sell the conductive longbow. As for these hammers... might be interesting to equip the numbing hammer. It's a very slow speed, but it's got 39 attack. And... yeah. It's got ice damage as well. Might equip that instead of the longsword. Why not? My proficiency in hammer is a little bit lower, but I suspect that the weapon, being that much stronger than my longsword, might make up for it. There we go. It doesn't look as exciting, but why not? Be careful in the forest, says that person. Okay. Let's go back to selling things. So, Squire's hammer, don't need that. That's just an iron longsword, isn't it? Yeah, we don't need that. Conductive longbow, don't need that. Don't need the Fey blades. Let's check armor.
Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger. I've just been chatting with you and selling things, so I think we have built a rapport between one another. Alright, so we can see that this gives more defense, but that may not be what we want in terms of skills. That's the thing. You have to also balance out the functionality of the armor pieces with the defense. You want good defense, but you also want good functionality. So I'm using the Guardian set at the moment, which is giving me block efficacy, which I'm not really using, if you haven't noticed. Maybe I won't use this. Looks like I've got other armor pieces that may be better. We've got a cuirass of dismantling, which actually increases my physical damage. I've just got a feeling that rather than focusing on shielding, I may get more benefit out of just evading. So I might not worry about these set bonuses. I mean, look at this. We've got an additional 5% to our armor, which I'm going to assume is defense. We've got a few things relating to block. Piercing resistance, I don't think so. Not for benefits like these, where I've got this much more defense. Let's equip that. I think we're going to hold off on set bonuses for now. Although the critical hit damage is pretty good. I like that. Oh yeah, let's use this. The Running Man armor. What else do I have from the Running Man set? I have this. Okay. Which is critical hit damage, bleeding resistance. Ooh, that's good. I like that. What's this? Critical hit damage, stealth. Let's go with the Running Man armor. Although we've just taken a... We've just reduced our damage as a result. Let's not. Let's go for defense. I'm sorry. It feels a little less... It just doesn't feel as good to be going for defense over skills, but... Plus 10% health. Yeah, let's go with this. Or do we want that? Because if you think about it, the 10% health increase of this may actually be made up for by using this. Let's do that. Do we want a set bonus with this? Perfidious. We definitely want the critical hit damage there. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Does that mean I sell everything that I don't currently have equipped? Am I going to be that aggressive about it? Oh, I like the plus 8% critical hit damage. That's nice. Let's definitely sell anything that's focused on magic. I think I can still see the details. Oh, stop it. Didn't mean to talk to you, honestly. I think we can still see the details of what we're selling when we sell it. Let's just sell... What about the Guardian set? I don't think we're using that anymore, are we? I think we've established that everything that appears in this list is not equipped, so we'll sell this. Don't need the Valley shoes, the Valley. The Valley. Let's sell our ceremonial stuff. Or is it just that? I think it's just that. Let's sell that. Or shall we be ruthless? How about we just make a whole lot of money? I've decided on what I have equipped. Why have other options? Let's just think about it in terms of, well, what are the chances that I'm actually going to change that based on what I currently have? I'm just being a little bit conservative with my selling of equipment in case this stuff has value, but I'm going to be progressing through the game. I'm going to find things that are better than what I have now. So if I'm choosing from what I have available, and then, you know, I've got my equipped set, why keep the other stuff? Let's just sell it. Fuck it. Let's not overthink it. Because maybe if I were a little more involved in the building of my armor set, maybe I would go back and constantly check to see if I want to change things, augment things. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go with what I feel like using, and then that's it. So yeah, let's just stick with this. It doesn't look as good as it did before, we have to admit. It looks a little bit more generic, but I don't care. This is good defense, and the skills are reasonable. I'm not ignoring skills in favor of defense. I'm just not ignoring defense. I think it's important to look at that as well. Okay. So I've made a whole lot of money. I'm definitely going to heal myself now, because 200 gold is nothing. That's a drop in the ocean compared to my finances in total.
May I help you?
This lady has got some serious cleavage. Look at that. Alright. That was a funny little effect.
Be careful out there.
We have upgraded from a hedge cutter, to a lawnmower. So, for those who can hear background noise, I apologize. Alright, so I still haven't acquired potions. Where do you suspect I can find them? Maybe they're not just being sold. Maybe they're encouraging you to play the game well. Thus, preventing you from just buying potions based on how much money you have. I can respect that. Is there anywhere else that I can go? Probably. Oh, there I am. There's me. Gnomish Expedition. Canarok. Oh, our stash is there, yeah. So if we want to store things, this is the thing, I don't see a need to store things right now. I feel like anything that would be worth storing would actually be better served being liquidated. There's a shop here. Oh no, I need to reach there on foot. Well, that's understandable. Let's just continue on. I'll just have to accept the circumstances as they are. Alright, any quests that we want to do? Yeah, let's go here. Or we could do a Grim Harvest. How about we do a Grim Harvest? Alright, I'll make contact with this lady's parents. She's got blue skin. How can I refuse her? Blue-skinned female. Secret fetish. Not so secret anymore. Oh, blue skin. Reminds me of Osiris, god of ancient Egypt. Oh, here we go. Giant rat. Take that, giant rat. I'm hoping with these big sweeping strikes I can hit multiple enemies at one time, particularly that big slam. That's what I would hope for. Binder's lesions? You have contracted a disease. To be cured, either visit a healer or drink a disease potion. Oh, very good. Well, oh, I have to press Ahmed _ icon _ mouse _ button _ 4 hash to continue. Okay, well, I'm continuing now. Thank God. I'm gonna have to visit a healer for sure. I don't have any cure disease potions. Yeah, do your worst. Alright. I don't want that. I'm like the pumpkin that you feed and he gets bigger. No! I don't want that! Sorry, that was probably a little bit sudden. Didn't mean to scare those of you listening at home. Well, I'm back down to no health. It's only been one confrontation and I'm already here. Let's just fucking heal that disease. Jesus. I can't believe I'm already going back. Slightly embarrassing. Get out of my way. Damn sign. It's always good to direct me in various directions, but, you know. Not to the detriment of my movement throughout the area. Throughout the village.
May I help you?
May you help me? Well, not now, because the entire point for me speaking with you is to get a load of your tits.
Be careful out there.
Couldn't see them there at all. What's the point? Damn Red Legion. Okay. Alright, Canarok. Back to Canarok. Oh, did I forget to cure my disease? I'm an idiot. I was so distracted by that lady's bosom that I was... where am I going? I'm going back to Goreheart. Jesus, can't believe I'm doing this. I'm having to go all the way back here to go and cure my disease. That was actually the main reason why I went there. Unbelievable.
May I help you?
Yes, you may help me. I will cure my disease for 600 and whatever gold. 636, I believe that was. I would describe that as too much money. I would love to buy some potions somewhere. I just don't know where the hell to buy them. So... Oh, there's apparently... It says that there's a shop in Goreheart. Where? Where is it? Did you see that? Sorry, did I say Goreheart? Canarok. There's a shop in Canarok. Where is it? It's not in here. It's definitely not in here. Oh, well, Vorna House, maybe, but... There's something about these buildings. It's not obvious as to... Okay, that's the abandoned house. Whoa, had a little bit of slowdown there. Okay. So where's the fucking shop? Who's gonna sell me things in this place? Maybe you sell things. You don't sell things. Hi. Shop? No, he only repairs. And that's been covered. When you see that little anvil icon, that means that that person's going to repair your stuff. So, you know, he's not selling anything to me. Do you sell things?
Does no one else see?
You seem rather fearful.
The widow is coming for us, and her brood comes with her.
Yeah, okay, great. You are the one who sells things. Here we go, here we go. Do you have any potions? You have potions! Yes! Okay, what I should be doing is checking upstairs in all inns, because that's where other people provide services. This is what I needed. 10, yes. Take my money, lady. Oh yes, I did want to see the value of... Oh, apparently it's not even here. No, it is here. Jeweled bracelet, there you go, take that. I've got no reason to keep that. I'm not sure what these shards are used for. I have little doubt that I'll find out in the future. But for the moment, I've got no idea. I'm definitely not going to get rid of those. You know, I would get rid of Regan's, for example. I'm happy to divest myself of those, but...
We can't hold this island, these few...
As for other shit, like shards, moon shards, whatever they're called. Was it moon shard? Let me just double check that. I don't want to sound crazy. Well, it's not a consumable, it's an item. No. Accessory? What category did they fall under? I don't even know. Anyway, I saw Cloudy Shard, and I think I was reminded of Cloudy Moon Shards from Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. But anyway. So, we're in Canarok, that's good. There was a lady who sold me potions, and now I'm not completely out of healing. Alright. I feel re-energized. My character is ready to continue her adventure. Excellent. Alright, let's go and help the blue-skinned lady. Couldn't move the camera, so I had to do weird maneuvers to keep myself on the bridge. Let's just double check to see where this is. Oh, it's all the way out there somewhere. I suppose we'll take that path. There's a jump point somewhere over there. At this stage, I'm not very interested. Oh, it's these stones that talk to you for ages. I really need to establish if there's a benefit to using these. Oh, it gives you experience. Oh, well, that's a good enough reason to have this thing whittering on at me for fucking several minutes. What's that? Shrine of Lyria? If I could be a little more targeted, a little more accurate, that would be good. Take that. I can level up. The moment of truth. Oh, this is the screen that blows my mind. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's like I'm playing a game of Mahjong. Stealth. Do I want to increase my stealth? What's this shit that's highlighted in green? I've got no idea. Detect hidden, dispelling. What is the meaning behind a square with a symbol and a square without a symbol? I don't even know what that means. This is a very strange place. Let's do that. Okay, that did something. Fuck me, I've got no idea. Alright, let's increase hammer mastery by 1. Because we don't have any mastery in that. Weirdly, hammer doesn't really continue on into anything. A longsword moves into greatsword. Alright, what's the special attack here? It seems that level 1 doesn't necessarily move into anything. So it says unlock special attacks from block for the great... Oh, I see. It relates to using a shield, I would assume. Harpoon, snag an enemy and pull it back to you. May have the opposite effect with larger enemies. I don't like that at all. I think that's ridiculous. Quake. Smash the ground to cause a tremor, damaging enemies in an area. Well, I didn't see any damage when I used it. Do you guys recall that I used it not once, but twice, or perhaps even 3 times, and all it did was flinch the enemies? And I don't suspect that the enemies were just really strong and therefore resistant to the magic. It was just spiders. They weren't that advanced. Each quake hit does 24 to 42 physical damage. Well, that's the evidence that I need to confirm that it does actually deal physical damage. They've written it out very clearly. But I don't know, I'm not that enthused by it at the moment. Not based on my previous experience of having used it. The threat of immediate death grants you a chance for a surge of health and a short span of greatly increased damage whenever your health falls below 25%. That sounds pretty good. That sounds really good. It's a passive as well. Let's just fucking do it, my god. Alright, finesse. Are we going to spread ourselves too thin if we start to upgrade things like dagger mastery and... Well, how about we do draw power? That looks good. With your incredible draw power, each arrow you fire can penetrate even the thickest armor or carapace. Also increases the size of your quiver. Let's do that. That seems like a very good upgrade for my bow. I'm happy with all of that. That pleases me to no end. Alright, I was going the wrong way for a moment though. I had a feeling something was going to pop up. Well, no, it was spiders. It's a giant spider. I don't know if it's best practice to kill the small ones first. It probably is. There you go, he's dead. Because I feel like I'm going to get picked off by the small spiders. I don't know if picked off is the right word. Basically, while I'm fighting the larger spiders, which will occupy my time much more than the small ones will hit me for a decent amount, cumulatively. It's really annoying when I can't quite get my attack out fast enough to flinch them out of whatever they're doing. Alright, that was, on my part, really poor performance. I can definitely do better than that. It's just, I think there's an issue of perspective there. There's an issue of perspective. I feel like I'm within range to hit him, and then I'm not. Which means that I'm swinging unnecessarily. By the time I can actually get my next attack out, I often get flinched, and you can imagine that if I've missed the first attack and then get flinched before I can get the second one out, I've effectively just spent 3 to 5 seconds of my time achieving nothing except getting hit. So it's very important that I actually get the attack out accurately and deal some fucking damage. Okay. None of that was worth it. That was some bullshit. Possibly increased my experience in lockpicking, though. There's a jump point there, which I can just bypass. I don't want to jump. I'm too fragile for that sort of activity. That's what I've decided. She may be garbed in steel armor, but she is such a gentle, fragile thing. Oh, no, that's my headcanon. Deal with it. It's not your character. Mind your own business. Alright, I'm at Toch Farm. No, it's very serene at Toch Farm. Whoa. These spiders didn't crawl out of the ground, they just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, you get away from me. I'm really overestimating the range of my hammer. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I'm swinging at a distance where, in my mind, it's close enough, but in actual fact, it's really not. It's really not. I have to get very close. Do you see that? Yeah, I suppose the range is not as good as you might think. I think what it is you see the handle. It looks very, very long, but you do not swing that far out in front. I apologize, but I must visit the bathroom again, courtesy of my consumption of liquid. I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty. How much longer are we going for? About another 30 minutes, it looks like. Certainly doable. I'm probably not going to get another beer. These are 750ml bottles. I'd go for another 300ml, but I wouldn't go for another 750. It's a bit much. Alright. So, this is apparently where we want to be. It's the... something guttural. What's it called again? Where are we? It's, Toch! That's why my throat was hurting. I need to stop doing that. What's in here? I'm looting this chest. I don't know if I'm here to rescue people or save people, but I'll tell you what, there's a chest for me to loot. So I'm here to take your stuff. Minor experience booster. I'll fucking take that. My god. I just need to remember that I've got it. Don't know if you'd noticed, but I don't save very often in this game, do I? I just hope that I get auto saves fairly frequently. Loot corpse? I'll fucking do that. I've got no qualms, morally speaking, about looting people's corpses. I love how they don't sanitize it in any way. It's not even loot body, it's loot corpse. Loot corpse. Just makes you sound like some kind of reprobate who is taking an opportunity to steal the property of someone who's dead. It's just... I don't know. It doesn't sit very well. Gold coins, 127, I'll take that. Jack's knife, I think that might be related to the quest. Confront Cartery Jack. Or maybe it's Jake. I don't know if it's Jack or Jake, but it's a weird spelling, that's all I can tell you. That's about all that I can surmise. Is there anywhere we can fast travel to? No, they don't actually let you fast travel back to that place, because that's where the village is. Hello? Oh, jumping point. Somehow, in my head, it's more natural for you to do some kind of roll. Okay, what I will say is that the button that you use to roll, it would feel natural for that to become your jump button. But instead, it's your action button, which you would use to speak with people, for example. Feels a little strange. Seeing as though I'm going there, I may as well take a route that I haven't yet taken in order to get there. Whether it's more circuitous or not is not strictly relevant. I want to be able to explore more.
The story of two valiant souls, I believe.
Ooh, big bridge.
Named Amalur.
Not going that way just yet.
Two hearts united.
It's quite craggy. Look at that.
The thoughts in mind of one.
Hello? Why would you prevent my
Lord Creft of Fey
my movements?
Wake and crave. Lord
Why would you do such a thing?
Hand and shadow.
There are people just having a chat. I really don't care.
His equal in might.
I don't find myself drawn to their conversation. What's going on with you?
Mate, glad to see someone else is still out and about in these woods. The mountain trolls have been out of control lately. My war-sworn brother Jory was killed by them while we were trying to take care of the threat they posed.
Oh yeah?
One of the trolls is still hanging around the camp we made out here, so I can't even retrieve Jory's belongings.
Is he? I hope he's not meant to have an Australian accent. Because that's extremely British in a lot of ways, but it's got a little bit of that Australian sound to it as well. I don't know, I think they might have been going for an Australian accent. That is a risk sometimes when you go for an Australian accent. You end up sounding very British. The reality is that an Australian accent, and the various accents there are various degrees of accent and also styles of Australian accent. And while it does sound as if it could be some kind of English or UK accent, it doesn't mean that we sound British when we speak. We sound distinct from them. Simultaneously, similar yet distinct.
We were here fulfilling a contract to take care of the hacks.
So I don't know what they were going for here. I would have to know what they were going for.
We thought we would be fighting your common rock trolls, but turns out this place is infested with mountain trolls. Things all went to hell out here. I hope you can lend a hand.
Okay, perhaps I can help.
Kill some bloody trolls. Contract was to clear the wood of them. Of course, we didn't know the infestation was this bad. God. Jewelry paid with his
I feel like that's something you just don't see anymore. Like the
Got the bastards, mate. Finish what we started and I'll
I
give
feel like I've lived many years of my life and just not seen this, whereas in the past, I feel like there was more of a... I think people just gestured more in the past. There was a bit more of this, there was a bit more of this, there was a bit more of this. There's not much physical gestures in the world anymore. Whatever happened to the way that we communicated violently with one another?
all of them. I think there are 5 wandering the surface.
Whatever happened to that?
One at our makeshift camp. The contract was to clear the forest. Do that and I'll be able to return home with honour. Later then.
Later then. Yeah. He's got a quest of some kind. I'm not dealing with it now. It's called a brutal contract. Well, as brutal as it sounds, I'm not going to involve myself. Ooh, here I am swinging out of range again. Obviously the longsword has much greater reach, because I have not had issues with the longsword at all. It's good, actually. I think it's a good way of balancing the hammer. It's a really slow but damaging weapon, but you also need to get very close to the enemy when you strike. It's a positive thing. Ballad's Library. This feels really similar to a place that I visited before, relating to the main quest. Don't you agree? This feels almost like the exact same place. It's locked. Well, if it's locked, you will see my interest level wane and disappear in record time. Mugan! Away with you. You've got a weird face. Yeah, well, I keep being given the option to enter Reckoning mode, but I just don't need it. I'll use it for bosses. That's when I will use Reckoning mode. I'm certainly not going to use it for standard enemies like those. There's just no need for it. Alright, we're almost back at that place. I like how we are now being given the option to fast travel there, whereas before we were not. Maybe we were too far away. Maybe I could have just gone to the world map and done it that way. Bit strange, don't you think? I'm not sure what that was. Anyway. We need to chat to this guy. He's looking quite downtrodden.
The savior comes for Cartery. What do you want?
And don't belittle me, sir.
You did? I must have left it behind when I was fleeing those spiders. The damn things were everywhere. I can see you're not convinced. So that toff brat sent you to do a little digging. It was only a matter of time before she learned what I did to her parents. But you found out first. A stroke of luck.
I do recognize it's pronounced toff, which is acceptable, perfectly acceptable within English language boundaries. But my headcanon is that it's toch. But you found her first, a stroke of luck. Now let's come to an arrangement, shall we? Say a heavy purse for your silence? Well, I don't know. This is where I can make an inquiry that doesn't give me... It doesn't actually commit me to any particular direction. It's just further inquiry. I think that's why it's on the right side.
Carowin and I fought at the gates of Melsenshire years ago. We deserted before we saw our second battle. When we came here, she invited me to join her and her husband Eimer and their daughter on that farm. It was a simple life. I thank the gods for it. Then Carowin and Eimer decided to return to the war and bring me with them. When they insisted, I used the only skill war ever taught me. Really? The wandering hero is going to bring me to justice? I think not. I've murdered twice before, and you shall be my third.
Let's do it, mate.
Glad that's...
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? You definitely fucking told me. A grim harvest. Alright, let's return to the blue-skinned female. With the pointed ears. Is she in here? Hey, guess what? You want to see something? Oh, come out here. That's how you should do it. That's how you should do it. Wait, you? I thought this was for the lady. Oh, it's for you. Yeah. So there's a separate... Okay. Hey, girly. I've got something to show you. Come out here.
I can't believe Carteret killed them. My mother and father had been his friends for years, before I was even born.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Just to avoid the war. I knew my family was likely dead, but I thought it wouldn't be over something like this. Thank you for your help.
There's something about your nose that I find very distracting.
As promised.
I got 636 gold for that. Jack's knife is removed. I got silk farmer gloves. Well, let's have a look at those. I don't expect them to be very good. Well, minor experience booster. Sagecraft pouch. A bag full of crystalline shards used in sage crafting. No idea. Armor, yes. It has a finesse requirement that I do not meet. Looks pretty decent, though. Ooh, experience bonus. That's very nice. So what is my finesse level at the moment? 6. That's fine. I'm going to be completely ignoring sorcery, just to be very clear. I have taken it to 7, I recognize that. But going forward, it's not going to go beyond 7. It's just staying there forever. Frozen in time. Alright, well that's that quest done. Very good. Got some money out of it. Cutting the threads, that's what we're doing next. Barton has asked me to journey to Castle Volvan, or Yolvan, sorry, I misread that. An ancient Fey bastion, and search for whatever means they used to suppress the magic of the webwood. He believes it might be used to protect Canrock. Okay. Up that way. Not too far at all. This is apparently a residence of mine now, because I've got the key and no one else lives there. Really not interested in it, though. Should I pray at this shrine? I'm not really clear on what it does when I do that. There's no real reason not to do it. Just gives you a little timed bonus. Where's the castle? Hi. It's time for reckoning mode. How do I go into reckoning mode again? Hold on. I thought it was left and right mouse together. Mustn't be. Is it this? No, it's not that. It's not that fucking button. I'm about to die. My intention was to use reckoning mode. I now need to check to see what it is. I thought it was left and right mouse button together. Reckoning mode. It's X, apparently. Alright, let's go back. Let's use a potion, because that did not play out in a remotely acceptable way. What? I need to hold it. What is going on? Are you guys seeing that? I'm like entering reckoning mode and then it gets cancelled. What's that about? Load last save. I don't even know where that is. Alright, it's just before I engage you, which is good. I had a feeling that I could rely on the autosaves of this game, but what is happening? It's not actually sending me into reckoning mode correctly. Enter reckoning mode X. What? And if I hold it... Oh, okay, now it's working. Very good. Must have just been getting flinched by something. Not much of a fight, is it? Spacebar, here we go. Whoa, look at that. You get extra experience that way. Okay. Empowering necklace, there you go. Very good. Right, there's the castle. There it is. Find another entrance. I think that'll be quite easy to do. Although it's telling me to go this way. Might have to go this way. I never played the Fable games. I just, you know, I remember them coming out. I had a PS3. I think it was PS3 exclusive, wasn't it? And I just didn't end up playing them. So I can't really compare it to Fable, to be honest with you. I would expect Fable to be better, but I can't say that for certain.
Then we are sleeping still. But be strong of heart, new one. Our powers are old, but our triumphs are eternal. We have brought peace to the webwood and the forests of summer.
This thing keeps talking to me. Oh, we got another one. Free experience, I'll take it. See what I mean? 225 experience just for interacting with a stone, I'll take it. I have no qualms whatsoever about doing that. Seems like an interesting location. Seems quite large.
She is a queen of web and poison. She calls herself the Widow.
Okay, so apparently that golden ring is actually on a level above where we are currently. You remember this game flopping? Well, it did, didn't it? It did not do well. Not many people knew about it. I only knew about it because a friend of mine played it, and then gave me his copy because he hated the game. But aside from that, I didn't hear anyone discussing this game at the time. I'm not going to say that I had my finger to the pulse when it came to video gaming at the time. I was pretty engaged with whatever I was interested in, like, you know, Dark Souls and Monster Hunter. And then maybe a few things on the side, but yeah, it was just not that successful, I don't suspect. Well, I'm not going that way. That's where I came from. Apparently I need to ascend to another level, a higher level. But yeah, I wouldn't say that this game was necessarily bad because it didn't do well at the time. I remember Dragon's Dogma not doing amazingly well. Even Dark Arisen wasn't that highly subscribed. But I think it may have been a good game. Am I going to get diseased again? Fucking rats. Maybe this is a good chance, or a good opportunity for me to use my bow. Enemies that I don't want to get hit by, you know? Seems like a sensible... Oh, God, your lunge is terrible. And I did just recently upgrade my bow, so I should be making use of it. Not interested in any of that. Okay. I'll save my game. Apparently they had a TV show and a book series planned to go with this game, but they were scrapped when this game didn't do well. That's kind of a shame. That is a shame. As for a TV series, that's probably going a bit far, but a book series would have been nice. Let's go in this direction. No, I can't go in that direction. As I said before, I need to find wherever... Oh god, there's a trap there. Didn't notice that at all. But yeah, there should be a way for me to get higher. Not interested in that shit. More Regans that I'm not going to make any use of whatsoever.
The canopy
light of summer. But we pressed on and forward to Cathris, to the widow's den. We were but weak when we arrived, but she...
Unlock chest.
Her children having died before our march. To Ashara we commended her, and then we fell...
These are all pretty easy locks that I've encountered up until this point.
And I kept watch.
Probably should have done my sneaking. I don't even know how to sneak in this game. I'm sure it has to do with the button that I've bound it to. I just don't remember what it is. I'll check when I feel like it. That's kind of sad. Apparently a very similar thing happened with a game called Unknown 9 Awakening. Plans for a book series that were all cancelled because the game didn't do well. I understand why they would have these things lined up. Because if you think about it, if you're going to come out with a book series that's related to a video game, you strike while the iron is hot. So you have these things ready before you even see if the game's going to be successful or not. It's just a big gamble, I suppose, but it's quite sad when these things have to be cancelled. But it's the way the world works. I don't know what makes a successful game these days. I've got no idea. I don't think a successful game is the same thing as a quality game. Especially not nowadays. I don't believe that at all. But, you know, just look at how many fucking terrible games have become household names. And, yeah, so, I mean, what could they have done better? Probably to do with how the game was advertised, and perhaps they didn't utilize the streaming community, or who knows. I've got no idea what they failed to do or what they did do, but it is a shame.
I can feel the heart of the webwood pulsing with her anger. Her spiders are at the gates. We never thought this day would come. The widow walks.
Yes, but Bandai Namco is Japanese, Potato, so I'm not sure where that fits into your theory.
About my web, and I thought my fun was over.
Unless the publisher was Japanese, but the developers were Western. Okay. It was an American developer and published by Bandai Namco. What's going on with you? More boobies? More boobies! But I'm not being shown them at this time.
I'm sure my Cathris brood would love feeding on one as strong as you. The last of Yolvin is dead.
Oh no, not more
The Widow
boobies, never
Town is
mind.
next. Tell them the widow has returned, and she is claiming what was once hers.
You've got dark green skin. Whoa, what's happening? Are you attacking me? I am being attacked though. I'm just going to get back here. This feels like the best way to approach it. I will heal myself. I'm at a point in the game where minor healing potions do fully heal me, so... Oh, fuck off. Yeah, she ran away because I was talking about her green boobies. Oh, I have to wait until my arrows recharge. Yeah, my quiver is needing a recharge. Hold on. Don't really want to deal with a giant spider using my bow. I'd rather deal with the small ones. What's that? Oh, I'm ready to use Reckoning mode now. Certainly don't need it. As I said before, I'll just use it to shit on boss monsters. Can you auto-target the thing that I want to auto-target? Obviously, there is some irony in that statement. If the targeting wasn't automatic... Oh, I have to mouse one out of the way of that. Or to get out of that. To break free. Fine, I'll kill the giant spider. Take that. But yeah, this game definitely has a cult following. I can't say that I ever understood it. I didn't realize it until I think I was... it was around the time Monster Hunter World came out, and I was talking to people just generally about random things, and I think I mentioned this game and how much I found it to be lackluster at the time, and the person in the call was shocked at my assessment of the game and was like, what do you mean? This game is like really, it's held in really high regard. And I'm like, well, I don't think it was phrased in that way, but my point is that was the essence of what he was saying. He was saying that it was like a really highly appreciated game, and like nowadays it had nostalgia factor. I'm thinking, nostalgia factor? Hello? This was in 2018, and yeah, it was a bit weird, but maybe I want this Prismere lockpick. I don't know what it's going to do for me, but it'll do something. But yeah, apparently this game has a pretty serious cult following. Probably a good thing, you know. It failed at the time, but still retains a cult following, and obviously it didn't completely flop because it got a remaster. I suppose that's really all you can ask for. Sustained interest doesn't necessarily be undermined by poor reception when it came out. Alright, I think I'm going to finish up now. I mean, I know that I'm in the middle of a dungeon, but I only wanted to do about 2 hours. So, that'll do me for now. I don't know if I'll be able to work out what the hell I'm doing when I get back, but I'll just cross my fingers that I do know what I'm doing at that time. Okay, I do thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time I'm playing something. Bye-bye for now.